Hello, this is my crypto top 20 watch list. These are in no particular order. I'm just showing the I've got a list of about 50, and there's could have been a lot more than 20 on this list, but I just kept it till minimum. So I'll go through these real quick. There's a lot to get through, and I've only got a short time. So Cardano, beautiful with that. Nice, looking too far extended now to looking for a pullback back towards 100 MA now, but it's just cracked above the weekly Kijun, and now I'm not really there's not really enough data to look at the weekly on a lot of these, but just looking at the Kijun mostly to see if it's above the Kijun or not at this point. The only one that's above the weekly Kumo is Binance at the moment, but the rest are counter trend on the weekly, or a lot of them are still below the Kijun on the weekly. So let's have a look. Cardano, real nice, like Cardano a lot. Basic contention token, this nice one, still below the Kijun on the weekly, but it's had a nice run though. BitShares is a good one. Still early days yet for BitShares. Nice, just tested up to the Kijun on the weekly, but nice rally. Binance is above, as I said, above the weekly Kumo. That's when you want to see. That's when you're going to see a more sustained rally, when they get looking above the weekly Kumo like that on the on these a lot of these coins. But that's had a huge rally though. I'm not that keen on Binance, but it's had a really good rally anyway. So yeah, you can't argue with that. At the moment, it's sort of been quite a bit stronger than what I expected actually. But Dash has always been a good one. It's a nice steady uptrend there. It's below the weekly Kijun still, so it's early days, very early days yet for Dash. But good, got quite a following Dash has. And EOS is one of my favourites. EOS is above the weekly Kijun now, so it's got quite a way to go in counter trend on the weekly, but it's quite a good one though. EOS, I like EOS. Ethereum Classic, not so much. It's still below the weekly trend of it. It's early days yet, but not bad. It's doing all right. Wouldn't really trade this one, but it's on my top watch list anyway. But Zen's quite a new one. There's not much about this one yet, but it's been quite a massive rally on the daily though. All the same, not even enough data to look at the weekly yet. But not trading Zen, but Horizon it's called. But Horizon, but not bad. Quite a good one. Icon's just had a consolidation here, a bit of a consolidation, still below the weekly Kijun. That's an interesting one. Icon, IOTA, still below the weekly trender on this case, so still very early days, but I do like IOTA a lot. So Lisk is a good one, still below the weekly Kijun, however it's above the trend of it below the weekly Kijun, so it's still early days for Lisk. But Litecoin's one of my favourites. I really like Litecoin. It's been well above the weekly Kijun, and now it's in counter trend on the weekly. It's going to be interesting to see when Litecoin gets above the weekly Kumo. Eventually it will, I believe, or we could have a few attempted rallies yet. You don't know, it's too early to say yet. These rallies could peter out. I've seen that in the past where it looked like it was going to go and then the rallies have failed for whatever reason. Lumen's a good one. Lumen's pulled back to the 100 MA there, and it looks like it's going to have a go at the weekly Kijun, but it's not really doing that much yet. NEM's a good one. NEM's still below the weekly trender though, so it's early days for NEM. Hasn't broken the 100 MA yet. It's still in mean reversion here, so on the daily, so It's a good one though. 20 cents. Yeah, like 5 cents. 25 cents will get it above the weekly thing. The weekly Kumo should be about maybe less than 20. About 20 cents it might be by the time it gets above the weekly Kumo. It's going to be awesome. NEM above. NEM's come back so much. But I still believe it's got good potential. I'll watch this weekly MACD here on these and just see what the weekly MACD is doing, but it's still strong in most cases. So NEO has been a good one. NEO's just been flat on the daily, but it's still below the weekly Kijun-sen as well. So ONG still good one on the daily, but still below the weekly Kijun-sen. So still very early days yet. Power is a good one. Power, I believe, is going to be really a good one, but it's still below the weekly Kijun-sen at this point. And Populous is a good one. Still below the weekly trend though, by the looks of it at this stage, but I think that one's going to do quite well. But Steam still below the weekly Kijun-sen. That's pulled back. Steam, so that's quite a good. That's not a bad thing. That's good to see it pull back and consolidate a bit. Monero is a good one, just breaking out on the daily again, heading up towards the weekly Kijun-sen now, and that's it. And just a real quick one. So you just got to keep an eye on these. They're certainly not they're certainly not suitable for holding long term in my opinion, but they are good for short term trading. But you've got to know what you're doing, obviously, and this is not advice to trade any of these. This is just I'm just showing what I'm looking at. If most people ask me, am I trading cryptos, I'll just say no to save myself a lot of hassle, because people are just very opinionated about cryptos. It's very hard to talk about it with anyone. So I mostly keep it to myself. I only disclose what I'm doing to a very small few people. So just what you might be interested to seize, and we'll see what happens as it progresses. It's certainly not the hysteria like we've seen previously, but we'll see what happens. All right, bye for now.